Okay. Gator Receiver came out. The show on Netflix. Started watching it today, sitting in the office. Amon-Ra St. Brown is featured. If you have not watched the Netflix sports documentaries, I highly recommend them. I have not seen one that I have just watched one episode and backed off. They're all pretty good.
Yep.
They mic people up. They follow them around. Whether it's is it Full Swing? Is that the PGA Tour one? I've talked a lot about Drive to Survive, the F1 series. You know, these are really cool. And last year they did quarterback. The 3 quarterbacks they followed were
Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes.
Who's the dude from Atlanta? Who's the first time?
Yeah, Marcus Mariota.
Thank you. The Oregon guy. They followed them to various degrees of success. And, you know, I mean, from getting replaced to playoff failure to Super Bowl quarterback, it was interesting because it's home life stuff, it's practice stuff, it's meetings, it's injuries, it's, you know, the cameras get to go where they don't otherwise get to go. And I think this is the best stuff in sports, is when the fans are allowed behind the scenes and get to go places they don't get to go. Netflix has this deal. They did it with the quarterbacks last year, and this year it's receiver. And our guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is featured. This is something we will watch over the next couple of days. And I'm very excited about it, Gator. It's a really, really cool show. And I highly recommend, even though I haven't watched this edition, everything Netflix has done in this regard. I've watched like 4 episodes of the tennis one. I have very little interest in tennis. And I think it was break point or point break. I don't know. One of those tennis terms. You know.
Be great when it was point break.
Deuce. What do they call it?
Deuce.
It's just called love.
Yeah.
Love.
Anyway, so
Lava.
you gonna watch this?
Yeah, I am. I really enjoyed the quarterback. You know, we got some content on it last year. We know how much you like Kirk Cousins' fire pit in the backyard.
Yeah, it was cool. He had a great setup back there.
I don't know if he's going to have the same setup in Atlanta or not. I don't know.
I'd hang on to that property in Minnesota.
Yeah, but I really like the show, and I'm curious. Obviously, it's one of our guys. We want to see our guy.
Yep.
You know, this is our guy getting some more love.
Yep.
And let's see it. He's an interesting man. So
Amon-Ra?
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what they're going to show. I mean, I'm watching Hard Knocks, you know, preseason, whatever they have with the New York Giants, and they just finished their second episode last night. That was interesting as they're going through their off-season moves, and they show them interviewing different players at the combine, which is really interesting.
Yep.
You know, kind of behind the scenes talks with other teams about potentially trading, and them talking to the Patriots and saying, hey, if you're looking to move out at 3, just, you know, give us a call, give us a chance, you know. And it was interesting. And you know what's going to happen with Saquon Barkley. So part of knowing the story and then going back and actually seeing it happen is interesting. And that's what this show does too. So I like this idea. Here's where I like to see it change, though, in the future.
Okay.
I want to see not just one position group, but like if you're going to do the receivers, do the corners too. And make sure that you're going to line up corner wide receiver interaction where they meet twice a year, like rivals. That would be fun. Like Darius Slay and, you know, Des Bryant or something like that.
So that's interesting because you know who does that actually is The Journey on Big Ten Network which is a behind the scenes things with athletes. They will preview
fantastic show.
Yeah, they will preview 2 guys that are going to play that weekend. And so you get to see the build up to the game, what they're talking about, and then, you know, they go against each other. And it's really pretty cool.
Yeah, because, I mean, everybody says wide receivers, that's a diva group, right?
Yep.
What about the corners? Corners, that's a swag group.
Those guys
right?
they got swagger, yeah.
So I think that would be kind of fun to watch, or even offensive linemen and defensive linemen, you know, and have like, you know, Penei Sewell talking about what it's like to prepare for, you know, whomever they're going to face. So it's, I think they could take another step, not just with one position group, but do the 2 they're going to face each other.
Yep. So there's a story in The Athletic about this, and they quote Shannon Furman, who's the producer and director who worked on Receiver, about Amon-Ra, why they picked Amon-Ra. I believed in him just from what I saw on Hard Knocks when it came time to find characters for the show, and you're talking about different players, obviously I was pushing for him hard. It was awesome to just see everything that you thought could potentially happen actually unfold, maybe be even better than what you thought. So they went into this thing with high expectations for Amon-Ra, and he delivered apparently. Apparently his segments are very, very entertaining. So we'll get a couple of segments under the belt. Khang, you're fired up about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're picking guys that want to do this. You know, that
Yeah.
may sound simple, but it's true because, I mean, Amon-Ra has a podcast with his brother, so he clearly doesn't mind talking about things, you know?
Yeah.
I know he had his own, like, kind of like, he's got his own merch, things like that. The chip on the shoulder is very well documented at this point, I feel like. I mean, yes, all the receivers drafted ahead of him is going to be something that's going to be played again. Here in Detroit, we know about it. I'm not sure how much nationally. I know they've done it nationally before, but they know about that. So this would be cool. I mean, I think what you want, Gator, is kind of like when we used to watch the old boxing previews because they're matching up against each other 24/7 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to line up the schedules though, because let's say only Penny Sewell will go against a guy. Let's pick someone in the division, pass rusher in division, only twice a year, right?
Yep.
How about you pick someone in the division as well? So there's another 2 games with somebody else in the division. You know what I mean? Because otherwise that week is over quick.
Right.
I mean, once they edit everything down, they're not using all that footage.